Aubrey Drake Graham was born on October the 24th, 1986 in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, to a unique heritage. His father, Dennis Graham, a talented African-American Catholic drummer from Memphis, once shared the stage with the legendary Jerry Lee Lewis. Drake's mother, Sandra Sandy Graham, a Canadian Ashkenazi Jew, worked as an English teacher and florist. Their paths intertwined at Club Blue Note in Toronto, where they met, setting the stage for Drake's extraordinary life. At a young age, Drake faced the heartache of his parents' divorce, leaving him to navigate life without his father's presence. His father's legal troubles led to periods of separation, and financial constraints kept Drake and his mother in Toronto while his father resided in Memphis. Despite the distance, his father would make an effort to reunite with Drake every summer, trying to create lasting memories. Apart from that, Drake's relationship with his father, Dennis Graham, has been a subject of interest and occasional controversy. Dennis Graham had a notable past, and at one point he was reportedly a musician who played the drums for the legendary rock and roll icon Jerry Lee Lewis. However, there have been varying accounts of his musical career, and it is unclear how extensive his involvement was with Jerry Lee Lewis. Apart from his potential connections to the music industry, Dennis Graham's past also includes a troubled period when he was incarcerated. He served time in jail for various offenses, which undoubtedly had an impact on his relationship with his son, Drake. Despite his father's past struggles, Drake has been open about the love and admiration he has for Dennis Graham. In interviews and through his music, Drake has expressed a desire to have a better relationship with his father and has shown forgiveness and understanding for the difficulties his dad faced. Growing up in two different neighborhoods, the working-class West End of Toronto and the affluent Forest Hill area, Drake experienced contrasting worlds. While he excelled in hockey and even reached the Upper Canada College hockey camp, a severe cross-check injury during a game forced him to reevaluate his path. The family later moved to Forest Hill, where they struggled to make ends meet, living in a modest basement while his mother resided on the first floor. Amidst the challenges, Drake found solace in the arts. At the age of 10, he made a comedic appearance during the 1997 NHL Awards, showcasing his comedic talents. However, his path through adolescence was fraught with struggles, enduring bullying due to his racial and religious background. Eventually, Drake faced a difficult decision between school and his burgeoning acting career, leading him to drop out of high school. In the midst of adversity, Drake worked at his grandfather's now-closed furniture factory, striving to support himself and his mother. His journey, marked by trials and tribulations, ultimately led to the spotlight he now commands. As Drake's acting career began to take shape, tragedy struck during his teenage years. At just 15 years old, he was eager to pursue his dream of becoming an actor. Through a friend's father, he secured a role in the Canadian teen drama series Degrassi: The Next Generation. He portrayed Jimmy Brooks, a talented basketball star whose life takes a tragic turn after being shot by a classmate, leaving him physically disabled. However, he found himself disheartened by the character's story arc, feeling it was tokenistic and worried that it might negatively impact his aspirations as a rapper. Nevertheless, his performance was hailed for instilling confidence and representation to disabled youth. Facing financial hardships, Drake's acting gig on Degrassi became a crucial source of income for a struggling family. His mother's illness and their financial struggles left him in dire straits, relying on the income from Drake's work in Canadian TV. Parallel to his acting pursuits, Drake was nurturing his passion for music. In 2006, he self-released his debut mixtape, Room for Improvement, which included collaborations with artists like Trey Songz and Lupe Fiasco. Although it sold roughly 6,000 copies, the royalties he received barely made a dent in their financial challenges. Following the release of his second mixtape, Comeback Season, which showcased his talent and garnered attention, Drake caught the eye of Lil Wayne, the founder of Young Money Entertainment. Lil Wayne signed Drake to the label in 2009, marking a significant milestone in his musical journey. However, despite the burgeoning success, fate had other plans. During a performance in New Jersey, Drake suffered a devastating fall on stage, tearing the anterior cruciate ligament in his right knee. This injury required surgery and left him facing a difficult road to recovery. Through tragedy and challenges, Drake persevered, and his third mixtape, So Far Gone, catapulted him to mainstream success. The mixtape singles, Best I Ever Had and Successful, received gold certification and garnered widespread acclaim. In 2015, Drake continued to make a significant impact on the music scene with several hit singles. He released 4 singles on July 31, 2015, including back-to-back a diss track aimed at rapper Meek Mill, who had accused Drake of using ghostwriters for his songs. The track received widespread acclaim and became a cultural phenomenon, further solidifying Drake's status as one of the most influential figures in hip-hop. During this period, Drake also collaborated with fellow rapper Future on a joint mixtape titled What a Time to Be Alive, which was recorded in just under a week in Atlanta. The mixtape debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, making Drake the first hip-hop artist to have two projects reach #1 in the same year since 2004. In early 2016, he announced his highly anticipated fourth studio album, originally titled Views from the Six, later shortened to Views. The album's lead singles, Pop Style and One Dance, were released in April 2016. One Dance became Drake's first #1 single in Canada and the US as a leading artist and reached the top spot in several other countries. The album Views was released on April 29, 2016 and received mixed reviews from critics. Despite the divided critical opinion, Views became Drake's most commercially successful album, spending 10 non-consecutive weeks at the top of the Billboard 200 chart. In the same year, he also released a surprise mixtape titled If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, which sold over 1 million units in 2015, making him the first artist with a platinum project that year. The mixtape received positive reviews from critics and further solidified Drake's position as one of the leading artists in the industry. Following the success of Views, he announced the Boy Meets World tour, which kicked off in Europe in early 2017. The tour included 26 dates and received overwhelming demand, leading to the addition of 7 more dates. The Boy Meets World tour became the highest-grossing hip-hop tour of all time, surpassing the previous record held by the Watch the Throne tour. In March 2017, Drake released More Life, described as a playlist of original music. The project received mostly positive reviews and debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. More Life set a streaming record, becoming the highest ever streamed album in 24 hours on Apple Music and Spotify. Throughout this period, he also continued to make significant contributions to the hip-hop and music industry. He won multiple awards, including Grammy Awards, Billboard Music Awards, and BET Awards. He was consistently recognized for his chart-topping hits, versatile style, and impressive songwriting skills. Beyond music, he also ventured into acting and hosting. He returned to host Saturday Night Live and appeared in the documentary The Carter Effect, honoring his basketball star Vince Carter's career. His dynamic personality and sense of humor were well received, further showcasing his versatility as an artist. From 2018 to 2019, Drake's musical journey continued to captivate audiences worldwide, marked by a series of remarkable achievements and personal challenges. The period saw him release a mix of hit singles and albums that solidified his status as one of the biggest pop stars in his generation, while also navigating through controversies and tragedies. In early 2018, rumors swirled about potential collaborations with various artists, including rapper Trippie Redd and producer Pierre Bourne, for his upcoming studio album. Snippets of unreleased songs leaked towards the end of the year created buzz among his dedicated fan base. Drake took a brief hiatus from releasing his solo music and returned with a bang in January 2018, dropping 2 songs as part of the mini EP Scary Hours. The EP featured Diplomatic Immunity and God's Plan, the latter of which would go on to break streaming records and debut at #1 on the US Billboard Hot 100, marking Drake's first solo chart top. In February 2019, he received a Grammy Award for Best Rap Song for God's Plan. However, his acceptance speech was unexpectedly cut short, leading to speculations of censorship by the Recording Academy. A representative from the Academy clarified that it was a misunderstanding and offered Drake a chance to return to the stage, which he declined. Tragedy again struck him in the form of a knee injury in 2019, requiring surgery and leading to delays in the release of his much-anticipated album, Certified Loverboy. Nevertheless, he continued to collaborate with other artists, including Bad Bunny on the Spanish-language hit Mia. In 2021, Certified Loverboy was finally released and it surpassed expectations, debuting at #1 on the Billboard 200. The album's success further solidified his status as a music icon and earned him a nomination for Artist of the Decade at the 2021 Billboard Music Awards. During his career, Drake has been involved in various incidents and legal disputes that have generated headlines and sparked controversies. One of the notable incidents occurred on May 31, 2009, when he was robbed at gunpoint in Toronto's Little Italy district. He was forced to surrender a gold and diamond necklace, an expensive watch, and $2,000. 2 individuals faced charges related to the armed robbery, but some charges were later dropped and they pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit armed robbery, resulting in a short jail sentence. In April 2017, a woman named Misha Collins was arrested for breaking into Drake's home in Calabasas, California. Though no criminal charges were brought against her, she filed a $4 billion defamation lawsuit against Drake in June 2021. The lawsuit was dismissed in December 2021, but Drake's obtained a restraining order against Collins in March 2022. In March 2021, an unidentified woman armed with a knife attempted to break into Drake's Toronto home, leading to her arrest. In January 2023, a man was arrested for burglarizing Drake's Los Angeles home. Drake has also faced legal challenges related to his music. In 2012, singer Erica Lee filed a lawsuit against Drake, claiming that her voice was used on Marvin's Room, and she deserved songwriting credits and royalties. The matter was resolved in February 2013 through an out-of-court settlement. In 2014, Drake was sued for sampling jazz musician Jimmy Smith's Jimmy Smith rap without permission for Pound Cake Paris Morton Music 2. He won the lawsuit in 2017 with the court ruling that the usage was transformative and not a copyright infringement. There were also disputes with other artists such as Rappin' for Tay and rapper Angelou Skywalker, where Drake was accused of mistreatment and artistic theft. Drake settled these disputes with payments to the respective artists. Beyond legal matters, Drake has been involved in several feuds with other celebrities. He had altercations with Chris Brown, Diddy, Tyga, Meek Mill, Kid Cudi, Kanye West, and others, resulting in diss tracks and public exchanges on social media. Some of these feuds have been resolved over time, while others continue to fuel headlines and controversies. Drake's journey to superstardom has been marked by both challenges and triumphs. From his early days as an actor, his breakthrough in the music industry, his complex relationships and legal disputes, he has continued to captivate audiences worldwide.